The punch hasn't happened yet. 10 seconds. That's all that exists between the heavy silence of the gym and a truth no one there is ready to face. The older boxer steps forward with a half smile, confident, like someone who has already won before ever touching his opponent. To him, the kid standing across the ring is just misdirected youth, raw strength without direction, arrogance not yet broken in. Mike Tyson breathes low and controlled, almost invisible. His feet are planted like roots. His eyes don't blink. The air feels thicker, as if time itself has slowed on purpose. Someone outside the ring holds their breath. Another tightens their wraps without realizing it. 10 seconds don't sound like much, but here they carry years of training, pain, discipline, and silence. When the first attack begins, no one imagines that this instant will rewrite everything they believe about strength. The gym breathes like an old organism. Afternoon light slants through the high windows, cutting the air into golden bands that reveal dust drifting slowly. The smell of old sweat, worn leather, and camphor oil blends with the steady rhythm of ropes slapping the floor and heavy bags thudding in the background. The ring sits at the center like a silent altar, its canvas marked by years of falls and forgotten victories. Reputations aren't announced here, they're tested. Low conversations echo among trainers, but something feels different. A subtle pause, as if the room itself knows something is about to happen. Even those pretending not to watch lean slightly toward the ring, drawn by a tension that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. The gym runs on unspoken rules. The young ones watch, learn, wait. The older ones command the space with the confidence of those who have survived long enough. Experience is hard currency here. Scars tell stories that don't need words. The veteran boxer carries those marks on his face and shoulders, signs of a body shaped by repeated impact. He moves with familiarity, as if the ring is an extension of himself. Every step projects authority. A few observers exchange knowing glances, certain this session will simply confirm the natural hierarchy of the place. Tyson, on the other hand, doesn't take up space with words or exaggerated gestures. He is simply there, present, silent. His posture doesn't challenge, but it doesn't yield either. That neutrality is more unsettling than open arrogance because it offers nothing to attack. The sound of the timer being set cuts through the air like a warning. Now the ring holds everyone's attention. The surrounding noise fades, not because anyone asked for silence, but because the collective body of the gym responds instinctively. There is anticipation, but also judgment. Everyone here has seen promising young fighters crumble at their first real test. This place demands maturity before it grants respect. The veteran cracks his neck, loosens his shoulders, confident. To him, this is just controlled sparring, a chance to reaffirm his position. Tyson watches quietly, absorbing patterns, rhythm, small flaws. He doesn't overwarm, doesn't display power. His preparation happens internally. The contrast is clear to anyone who knows how to look. One man supported by his past, the other by present discipline. The conflict hasn't exploded yet, but it already fills the space. Tyson moves like someone who understands his own center of gravity. His knees stay slightly bent, weight distributed with precision. There's no unnecessary tension in his shoulders. His fists rest in front of his body, ready, but unhurried. His face shows neither anxiety nor vanity. Only focus. He doesn't speak because he doesn't need to. Everything in his stance communicates preparation. Behind that silence is a history of relentless repetition, hard corrections, discipline enforced day after day. He learned early that strength without control is waste. That emotional reaction creates openings. His conflict isn't with the man in front of him, but with the need to stay clear when provoked. In that ring, he isn't trying to humiliate or prove something to the world. He's trying to execute what he's trained thousands of times. Honor the process. Respect the moment. The antagonist carries the weight of years differently. His body is bigger, wider, shaped by past battles. The scars above his brows tell stories of long rounds, endurance, survival. He trusts that past. Every movement carries the confidence of someone who has seen talented youngsters fail under pressure. Psychologically, he anchors himself in that narrative to protect something deeper, the quiet fear of becoming irrelevant. Tyson's youth unsettles him, not because of immediate physical threat, but because of what it represents: inevitable replacement. To avoid facing that, he clings to the symbolic superiority of experience. His mistake isn't lack of skill, but excess certainty. He fights expecting the other man to make a mistake. That expectation shapes his choices. Between them, This is more than sparring. It's a collision of philosophies. Tyson represents a disciplined, silent future shaped by internal control. The veteran represents a past that survived on brute force and repetition. Both are human. Both carry flaws. The difference lies in who keeps learning. The observers feel it, even if they can't put it into words. There's something unsettling about Tyson's calm. He doesn't behave like someone trying to impress. That lack of theatrics creates discomfort. To the veteran, it reads as insecurity or fear. He smirks, convinced that once pressured, the kid will crack. He doesn't realize he's already fighting a version of himself that stopped evolving. That emotional blindness will be the real trigger of what's coming. The first contact comes with controlled intensity. The veteran tests the ground, steps in with firm jabs, claiming space, pushing Tyson back. Each step is met with external looks that validate the expected hierarchy. Tyson retreats only as much as necessary, not from fear, but calculation. He watches the timing between punches, the tilt of the shoulders, the predictability of the rhythm. The tension grows because nothing explodes yet. The veteran interprets this as dominance. His confidence grows. He mutters something low, almost instructional. Tyson doesn't respond. That silence starts to irritate him. The lack of reaction disrupts the narrative he created. He wanted to provoke urgency, force an emotional mistake. Instead, he finds a calm mirror that reflects only presence. Social pressure builds. Some observers already anticipate the predictable ending. Others begin to doubt. The veteran increases pressure, mixes punches, changes angles, but keeps old patterns. Tyson absorbs it all, adjusting micro-positions, moving his head inches at a time. Each slip is subtle but effective. The conflict shifts from physical to psychological. The veteran starts wondering why the kid hasn't broken yet. That doubt makes him open up just a little more. He wants to finish this quickly, reassert authority. That's where the risk grows. Tyson senses the shift. He recognizes the moment confidence turns careless. The tension is silent now, but heavy. Everyone feels something is about to tilt irreversibly. The pace quickens. The veteran pushes harder, trying to impose respect through aggression. He believes intensity will solve what technique didn't. The gym responds with hushed murmurs. Tyson keeps retreating economically, always balanced. His eyes don't follow fists, but the opponent's center. He waits. This waiting isn't passive, it's strategic. Every second feeds the tension because nothing happens yet. The internal audience grows uneasy. The expected quick collapse doesn't come. The veteran's breathing grows heavier. Frustration builds. He doesn't realize he's stepping straight into the trap discipline sets, acting before thinking. The conflict now balances on the edge between control and impulse. A brief silence settles. The veteran resets, decides to advance decisively. He wants to end this with authority. This is where real risk appears. If Tyson misses, he gets crushed. If he lands, everything changes. The gym feels suspended. No peripheral sounds, just breathing, canvas creaking under feet, and the collective sense that something final is about to happen. Tyson subtly adjusts his base, barely noticeable. His shoulders relax even more. No anxiety, only readiness. The veteran takes the first aggressive step, convinced the kid will finally react badly. He doesn't know he's just offered exactly what Tyson has been waiting for. The attack comes with brute force, a heavy combination aimed at immediate impact. The veteran commits his entire body. Tyson sees it before it happens. He doesn't rush. He responds with precision. The first punch passes inches from his face, slicing air. The slip is minimal, almost elegant. That economy of motion confuses observers. There's no spectacle, only efficiency. The veteran surges again, more aggressive, feeling the need to prove something. Each attack reveals more patterns, more predictability. Tyson takes it all in silently. The escalation is internal now. The audience begins to see it's not strength versus strength, but reading versus impulse. Tension spikes because the outcome is close, but no one knows exactly when it will land. The veteran loses patience. His punches widen, loosen. He tries to trap Tyson, shrink space, erase the calm that bothers him. The ring feels smaller. Tyson feels the physical pressure, but not mental. He adjusts distance with short steps, always grounded. There's a moment when the veteran smirks again, believing he's found an opening. That smile is brief. He doesn't realize he just repeated an old pattern Tyson already mapped. The escalation builds in that detail. Overconfidence. The gym is fully locked in now. No one speaks, no one moves. The expectation is no longer humiliation of youth, but revelation. The veteran commits to finishing it. He gathers strength, charges in, determined to end the sparring with a clear display of dominance. This is maximum risk. Tyson doesn't retreat. He plants his feet. His body aligns completely. Everything converges into a single instant. The audience feels it physically. Some hold their breath unconsciously. The veteran no longer sees Tyson as a person, but as something to crush. That brief dehumanization is his final mistake. Tyson, by contrast, stays conscious. He sees the man, not the symbol. That difference defines everything. The attack begins. Full force. Time slows. Tyson moves inside the trajectory, not away from it. He closes distance, controls the center. That choice surprises even seasoned eyes. The escalation ends the moment absolute control replaces chaos. The audience doesn't fully grasp what's happening yet, but feels something definitive has been triggered. The difference between aggression and dominance becomes visible. The veteran still thinks he's in control. He doesn't realize he's already lost balance, not just physical, but emotional. The next second won't be just a punch. It will be years of discipline colliding with years of habit. The first second is silence. Tyson slips by millimeters, tilting his head with surgical precision. The punch misses. The second, he adjusts angle, entering the veteran's open guard. No excess force, perfect positioning. The third second brings the initial impact, short, direct, exact. The veteran feels it before understanding. His body reacts late. The fourth and fifth seconds deliver the full combination, compact, efficient. Every punch lands clean, no waste, no fury, just execution. The gym erupts in muffled sound, but the center of the ring stays quiet. Tyson never accelerates beyond necessity. He controls tempo even at the climax. The sixth second marks total imbalance. The seventh brings the inevitable fall. The eighth is shock. The ninth, delayed comprehension. The 10th, absolute silence. The veteran's body hits the canvas with a dry, final sound. It's not gratuitous violence, it's consequence. The impact echoes through the gym. For a moment, no one moves. Time resumes. But something has changed. The veteran tries to process what happened. Physical pain is real, but smaller than symbolic pain. He didn't fall from lack of strength, but excess certainty. Tyson has already stepped back. His hands are low, his face unchanged. There's no celebration, no taunting. That post-impact control is as striking as the punches themselves. Now everyone understands. Those 10 seconds weren't about youth beating experience, but discipline overcoming ego. The silence is heavy, but respectful. Everyone knows they witnessed something rare. The veteran rises slowly, guided more by instinct than pride. He looks at Tyson and doesn't see arrogance. He sees clarity. That disarms him more than any blow. Tyson keeps distance, no crowding, no pressure. He respects the other's space. That final gesture redefines the moment completely. There was no public humiliation. There was revelation. The set piece ends not with loud applause, but with shared understanding. Those few seconds carried more truth than entire rounds of empty fighting. Tyson said nothing, yet taught something profound. The gym is no longer the same. The invisible hierarchy reorganized, not through force, but through absolute control. The emotional impact begins to spread. The veteran stays silent for a moment, breathing deeply, feeling the weight of what happened settle in. What rises isn't anger or immediate shame, but something more unsettling. Clarity. For the first time in a long while, he realizes he didn't lose to a kid, but to a more disciplined version of himself. Tyson steps close enough to be heard. His voice is low, direct, without judgment. A few words, simple notes about base, center control, not opening too much. No lecture, just observation. That changes everything. The veteran doesn't feel attacked. He feels seen. That recognition creates an emotional turn. He's no longer just defeated. He's faced with a choice: deny the lesson or accept it. The observers shift too. The original narrative collapses. No more smirks or ironic comments. Respect redistributes. The veteran senses it. He feels he lost something, but gained something else. The fall didn't diminish him. It exposed where he stopped growing. Tyson walking away reinforces that. He doesn't seek validation. His behavior signals this was just another learning moment. That posture forces the veteran to confront his ego. He understands that experience without renewal becomes weight. The real turn isn't the fall, but the realization afterward. The veteran nods, barely noticeable. No grand words, no public promise to change. Just a sincere gesture. That small moment closes the arc with humanity. The audience understands they didn't watch destruction, but course correction. Tyson returns to his corner, reclaiming the silence that always followed him. The antagonist stands a moment longer at center ring, absorbing it all. He knows something was exposed that can't be ignored. That inevitability gives the moment its power. It wasn't forced, it was understood. In the days that follow, the veteran feels those 10 seconds echo through his routine. Every training session carries them. He notices flaws he once ignored. Automatic movements, predictable patterns, emotional reactions disguised as aggression. The transformation isn't immediate or comfortable. It demands abandoning old certainties. He observes more, speaks less. For the first time in years, he accepts corrections without excuses. Pride resists, but weakens. The image he built of himself slowly adjusts to reality. Over time, the change shows in his body. Movements tighten. Excess fades. Waste disappears. More importantly, his mind settles. He stops fighting youth and starts learning from it. The encounter with Tyson becomes an internal reference, not as defeat, but as a mirror. Whenever ego threatens control, he remembers the silence, the precision, the absence of anger. It reshapes his relationship with the sport. He trains to evolve, not to prove. With younger fighters, his tone changes. He guides instead of intimidates, listens instead of imposing. His authority comes from refined experience, not threat. That earns genuine respect. He realizes true strength isn't being feared, but being a reference. That understanding brings peace. The internal conflict that once consumed him dissolves. He accepts the cycle of the sport, not as loss, but continuity. The transformation completes when he understands the silent young fighter didn't take anything from him. He showed him a path he'd abandoned. Years later, the veteran still remembers those 10 seconds with absolute clarity, not as trauma, but as a gift. That moment extended his career, sharpened his mind, restored purpose to daily training. He never underestimated silence again, never confused calm with weakness. Tyson remains in his memory as a symbol of clarity, not fear. For Tyson, it was simply confirmation of his philosophy: control before impact, awareness before reaction. For the veteran, it was where illusion fell and truth entered. The legacy of that encounter isn't in statistics, but in the choices that followed. And you, when was the last time you confused experience with real growth? How often have you reacted on impulse, believing that was strength? Who have you underestimated for being too calm, too young, too quiet? What in you is still habit disguised as authority? If someone tested your control today, what would surface first? Discipline or ego? The truth is, we all face moments where 10 seconds can reveal years of neglect or years of preparation. The question isn't who won that fight. It's you. When the moment comes, what will control you? Impulse or awareness?